what's up, guys? It's Duka here, and now we are here for our end of the year review for 2019, the world of idols, 48 group, K-pop, and look, we have a special guest.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's only been like 4 months.
Okaidi!
Tadaima.
How has Japan been, man?
Oh, amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. I just go to a bunch of idol shows all the time. Um, the only reason why I'm able to make this video right now, by the way, it's like what time is it? Like 3:14 a.m. right now, is because I'm not at my host parents' house because they're in Europe. So I'm living in a dorm
Hmm.
for like the next couple days, and I won't feel like a big a-hole doing it at a dorm at 3 a.m. So
Hmm.
I'm here. Also, completely sorry for not making any videos, as I never have any time to
It's all right.
because
It's all right. The
because
fact
I'm
that
always
you're
at idol shows.
enjoying yourself in Japan, that's awesome.
Oh, it's amazing.
Hmm.
It's amazing here. I found a new Kamiyoshi.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Anna-chan?
yeah. So I've been having a blast here, like every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Met met a lot of nice people, classmates, other idol fans, obviously, of course. It's just been a blast.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to make another video
Hmm.
because I'll be moving back into my host parents' house soon.
Hmm. But
But
hey,
I
it's
am
all
on
right. You
break.
keep you enjoying yourself.
I am on break, so maybe I
Hmm.
can.
Maybe. Yeah.
So I'm just saying my update video will kind of be maybe long because if I had to be honest, I tried to make an update video before, but I kind of kept on messing up the order of things because I remembered stuff
Ah,
afterwards. So it just was all messy. So I'm like,
that makes
I'm just gonna
sense. That
throw that
makes
out
sense.
and make an actual notepad of the things in order so I don't forget and
Mm-hmm.
remember them later. So yeah, and that should be a long video whenever that does come out. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
at least an hour and a half, two
Yeah.
hours.
Oh, I believe Michael is here with us now.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hello.
So yeah, it's gonna be the three of us. Jerison may or may not be joining us later. If not, he'll probably record a portion of the video on his own. But yeah, for the three of us, we are going to be looking back on the idol world this past year, 2019, and talk about some of the big highs and big lows that we have experienced. Cause yeah, this was a world filled with ups and downs. Let's put it at that. There were a lot of
Oh
ups and
yeah.
downs in the idol
Oh yeah.
world this year.
A lot. Mhm.
I guess what you can start is Steve. You were recently rewatching. Was it not just our video for the end of the year last year, but for 48 Talk as well? Is
No,
that is
I
that
only
right?
watched
Or
ours.
it was only
I,
ours. Okay, okay.
yeah, so I only watched the end of our video just to make
Okay.
No.
just hear our predictions.
So how about we talk about that because you rewatched that and you listened to the predictions that we made that would happen in 2019, what we thought was going to happen.
Yes. So, my prediction for AKB was majorly wrong.
Yeah.
I I said that they could only go up from here, and oh boy, was I
Yeah.
wrong.
2019 was not the best year for
Oh boy.
AKB.
So I said in the video, I'm like, if they don't have another good year, it'll be 4 years straight where AKB has had bad years, and oh boy, I guess it's been 4 straight years of just terrible AKB. Okay, so the way that I'm putting it this year, AKB took 4 steps backwards, but 1 step forward. Only one,
Only
and that comes with one single that they put out. Sustainable. That's the only thing that went right this
yeah,
year.
sustainable was good.
The only thing that was right for AKB.
Hmm.
Another prediction that I made, which I actually got right, like I'm actually surprised watching video back, is that I predicted that there would be a Suda Akari Center for SKE. So there we go.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it was something that me and Colin wanted too, and was a Furahata Now Center, and I guess that also happens. So
Both of those happened, which is great.
so I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then a prediction on the Sakamichi side, I said that Nogi would be the group of the year. I kind of got that one wrong whenever we do our group of the year, when we say that in this video. But Nogi wasn't the group of the year for Sakamichi, but they're still doing really well. I'm
They
not
are.
going to lie
They
about
really
that.
are.
But they aren't the group of the year. I guess that's a tad bit of a spoiler there, at least for me. We said that because Kanji was in turmoil last year, I said that they would we predicted that they would restructure, and they did. Kanji has been actually doing fairly well this past year. So I'm happy that happened. I kind of had Yoshimoto as an underdog, but not really paying attention to them. So that went well. And I'm happy that I didn't give any predictions for a certain group.
Group that will not be named.
Yeah, I'm happy I
Yeah.
didn't do any predictions. So yeah.
Okay. What were some of my predictions? Because you mentioned some of my predictions.
You were predicting that HKT would get more than one single.
That didn't happen.
That did not happen whatsoever.
HKT, this wasn't a good year for them either.
No. Maybe later in this video I can give like my own rankings from the worst group to the best group, in my opinion. 48 group wise, or 48,
Okay.
46 group wise. But you also predicted that AKB would possibly do another drama that wasn't like the Madoka Gakuen series. We can't remember ever them doing a drama, so I guess
No,
that's not
I
right.
don't think they did this year.
So nothing on that. Also, there was nothing dealing with Hinatazaka because Hinatazaka wasn't a thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
They were still hiragana
They were
keaki.
still hiragana. So we didn't have any predictions for Hinatazaka. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
All right. All right
So,
then. I guess with that said, we can go on now to talking about the year in the review. So we're just going to be going through different sections of some of the idol groups that we follow. So we're going to start with the AKB48 group. So where do we want to start with this?
Well, the first thing that you have in the doc is kind of a mix between AKB and a group we will not mention.
I
At least
mean,
the first point.
to be fair, we kind of got to mention them to talk about this because this was.
I mean, it's more or less on how I would put it, the company of AK shit, more than anything. But yes, I guess we have to talk about this.
So yeah, the entire situation involving NGT48 and Yamaguchi Maho getting assaulted was definitely one of the worst things to happen to the 48 group in their entire history.
What a great way to start off the new year.
Yeah, there's just so much yikes. Yikes about this.
Oh my god.
It just like it got worse and worse as it progressed, really, is how it felt.
It's still not even resolved, and it's been over a year.
That's true.
Oh my god. That's so bad.
So yeah, the way, as you were saying, AKS was handling the situation was not very good. And it ended up just damaging the reputation of NGT forever.
Oh yeah. And I'd say AKS in general too, because I went to the AKB cafe on the last day, and that will be the last time I ever give AKSN my money. So
I mean, first up, we gotta give props up to Maho herself for having the courage to speak up about this.
I mean, yes,
Like with
and I'll,
everything that was going on, she she did her best to stand her ground and spoke up when she needed to.
exactly. And it isn't just Mahahon either. It was oh my god, Renopyeon, Renopyeon,
Enrico,
and
Sugahara
yeah,
Riko and Hasegawa Rena, yeah.
yeah.
The
So
three
it
of
was also
them,
them too as
yeah.
well.
And she was also good friends with Mofu Fuka, Muramoto
Yes.
Fuka. And
Well,
it is good
congratulations.
to see that now that after the three of them had graduated and left NGT, they have been doing very well in their solo careers.
Yes.
So
Yes, they
that's
have.
good for them that they're doing well.
Mhm.
And NGT, I can't say the same for them because I know that they are kind of having their, starting up again. The members are, active on social media again now, but
Oh boy.
I'm not really following any of the members anymore, so
Nope. Nope. Not one bit.
it's we talked about it, when it was actually when everything was happening. It's gonna be incredibly hard for NGT to pick up the pieces after such a hard fall.
No, they won't.
Nah,
They
no.
just won't in general. No.
Uh, uh, so yeah, not the best way to start off 2019,
No.
but there were some other pretty sad things that happened. There were a lot of major events and shows that ended last year, 2019.
Yeah, for AKB.
Uh-huh. So,
Oh boy.
TV show wise, a lot of classic shows that were popular among fans. Uh, Biggest one, AK Bingo, which had been running on for such a long time, ended last year, and wow.
That was the life force for, I want to say that was the blood of AKB. Now that it's gone,
Hmm.
it's so hard for the members to possibly even gain more fans because AK Bingo was the thing where you got to learn about the members and their personalities.
Yeah, exactly.
And now that's gone. The only way you can kind of do that now is showroom, but that's
Hmm.
still very limited.
Hmm. Hmm. That as well as AKB48 show, which in itself it was a really fun show. There were music segments where you could see the girls performing different songs in the studio. There were really fun segments, like they had the members doing skits or other segments. There were behind the scenes segments where members actually got to film behind like different events that the group was doing at the time, so we got to see like what the members were doing backstage at the time, which was really cool. That whole show in general was such a cool, fun show to watch, and so that ended, which is pretty sad. And then
Mm,
their radio show, All Night Nippon, had ended.
Which was
yeah.
replacing Nogi's All Night Nippon, I
Ooh.
think.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is Nogizaka's All Night Nippon now is running in its time slot, but I haven't been paying attention to it as much anymore.
Nope.
But that's mainly because I haven't really been paying attention much to showroom in general anymore.
Yeah, that's true. The same goes with me.
Me as
I
well.
mean, I'm doing my best though to try and catch up because like there is some stuff that's going on. Like for example with like STU 48, the second generation Kenkyusei have started showroom, so I followed my personal favorite Kudo Riko because she can speak English.
Oh, really?
So like I started following her and I do my best to try and catch her showrooms whenever she goes live. And then also, there is something that is happening tomorrow that I am very excited about.
There is.
Yeah,
What is it?
Matsui Jirina's solo live is going to be streamed on
Oh,
Showroom,
oh.
so I am excited for that.
sad for me saying that I'm a Jirino Oshiman, and I didn't know that. Granted, I have not been paying attention at all to any of the 48, 46 group things at all. Oh wow.
But yeah, just the fact that like All Night Nippon, again, kind of in a similar vein to say AK Bingo, it was a fun show. We just got to see the members like hanging out in the studio and they would talk about different things. You got to feel for what their personalities were like.
Hmm.
Like like there were some really fun, really memorable moments from there. Like just looking back, thinking back to like all the different stuff that they did on All Night Nippon, there were a lot of moments that a lot of fans remember because it had been going on for such a long time.
Hmm.
Like there were major announcements that had been made on the show in the past, not just graduation announcements, but also like for example Jurina when she was on All Night Nippon and canceled her concurrency with Team K, said she was going to focus mainly
Ah,
on
that's true.
SKE. And then another one which is very memorable for my former Kamiyoshi, Akimoto Sayaka, when she had her scandal back in 2010, I think is what had happened, when she announced live on All Night Nippon she would be stepping down from her position as captain of Team K.
Hmm.
And literally minutes after she made the announcement, so many members started coming into the studio to comfort her. So like Saya was one of the first ones to come in. There were other Team K members who kept coming in, and then Takamina in her pajamas came. Like
Hmm.
moments like that are really memorable.
Yeah. And then my favorite memory from All Night Nippon is when Maya, Yu, Sashi, and Yukurin were drunk.
Oh.
That was my favorite All Night Nippon moment.
I don't know if I've seen that one when they were drunk. Although I do
Yeah,
remember
they
the
were.
broadcast where Mayuyu prank called them when it was Shi-chan, Mochi, and Kitaria, or maybe it wasn't Mochi but a different member. But like when Mayu was prank calling them, saying that she was a fan and that she was a Shi-chan Oshi. But then when she said her name, they were all like, "Wait, what? Wait a minute." That was funny. So yeah, yeah. Again, just talking about moments like that really shows like it's sad to see that those shows have ended.
Hmm.
Hmm. And then outside of shows, we also have some major events that were canceled. First up was the general elections. They did not hold one in 2019.
Nope.
I'd say that was probably a good decision on their part, considering what
Yeah.
did happen in 2018. Plus, I
Yeah.
figured because like 2018, it was such a big thing because it was the 10th election and it was the world Senbatsu election. I'm like, it's gonna be hard for them to try and top that, so it kind of makes sense that they would take a break from it.
But the
And
thing is that the Sosenkyo is the money grabber for AKS and
mm,
AKB, and that's just I know Derek stated it before, sometime last year when the Sosenkyo didn't happen. He's like, that is essentially like a religious gathering for AKB, just 48 group in general. Like that is the place that you want to be in the year, the event that you want to go to, because it is a blast hanging out with all those other fans and just being there.
mm,
And then that was gone.
mm,
But yeah.
hmm yeah, I agree with you there. Let's see. Also canceled was the Junkin tournament. Uh,
Oh well.
the
That's all I
yeah,
have to say.
yeah. That
Okay.
that one kind of made sense. I felt like the Junkin tournament was just kind of slowly dying anyways.
Oh, it
So,
got worse and worse every single year. So
uh,
always it got worse and worse every single year that since it was a group
hmm.
John Ken.
Like I mean,
The solo John Kens were great.
to be fair, the idea of it being like groups and units competing in the Junkin tournament, on paper it sounds like a good idea. The execution of it, however, was not really
No,
that good.
no. and it ended up being very boring.
Yeah.
So I don't even care about Jonkin's loss. I think that's actually maybe a positive.
Yeah. And on the plus side, even though those two events ended, we did get this year or 2019, we actually got two of the singing competitions across the 48 group,
Ah, that is true.
and that was really good. Like that ended up, it was because of that we got to see the members shine through their vocals, their voices, which is like a big key factor in being an idol, is they're singers. And so we got to hear some phenomenal voices through this competition. Like there were some that you already, had the idea that they were great singers, like Takayanagi Akane, for example, or Okada Nana are great singers. But then you had surprises, like Nojima Kano coming in
Who
and
I wouldn't have guessed.
amazing. And then, although it is sad that she did graduate, Yahagi Moeka.
I mean, there was a bit of controversy when that happened because a lot of people were like, Yahagi should not have won. I've heard a lot of people say that there were a lot better singers than Moeka this time around, and yet Moeka still won. That's just from what I've heard, because I've not been paying attention whatsoever.
Like, I mean, I guess I can kind of understand where they're coming from because, like, personally, during the second competition, I was gunning for Nachan because I love Nachan's voice. But still, I think that Moeka is a really good singer.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she is a good singer.
Yeah.
But a lot of people said that there were better singers this time around in the second competition.
And plus,
than
it's
Moeka.
coupled with the fact that she's so young, too. Like, she's 16, 17?
I don't know.
Either way,
One of
she's
those two.
super young, and her voice sounded amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, in that regard, even though, like, I do kind of understand, I was kind of disappointed in Nachan not getting first place, I am at least happy for Moeka, because I think she did well.
I guess we can just talk about Moeka in general now.
Yeah.
So I wasn't happy with her being center of Sustainable. However, I can be wrong in saying that that was actually a great song. So on that part, I'm happy. Although Moeka is the center, I cannot dispute a good song. I just wish it was another young member that would have gotten center. So,
I mean, for me, I had said it in the past. Moeka isn't really a member that I completely hate, but I don't completely love. It's like somewhere in the middle. Like, yeah, I like her, but she's not really one of my favorite members. She wasn't really a member that I like frequently followed her activity, but like when I saw her on like a variety show, for example, I'm like, okay, she's cute. Didn't really think anything too much of her. And then again, the singing competition comes in and she blows me away with her voice. And then, yeah, again, in that regard, because, like, not only the controversy with the singing competition, but, like, there was, like, a scandal. I don't even think it was a big scandal that broke up with her. It was just one of those situations where she had a big push and was getting a lot of popularity because she was like a young up and coming potential ace for the group and she was super popular, and then that scandal hit, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like it just kind of started to spiral out of control for there.
And then if it's fine if I could just add something.
Yeah.
Ruga. And the thing is that AKS was trying to push Moeka so hard as the next Achan, but obviously there can only be one Achan. Like, you cannot have that. Moeka was not even anywhere close to Achan level, and yet AKS was trying to push her like that.
And again, like with all that being said, with her now that she's graduated from the group, and she's still so young, so she's still got her whole life ahead of her. Uh, I would say, yeah, it is sad to see her leave the group. I think she could have been a member who would have had a lot of potential for being a big name within the group. But again, because she was pushed so hard and then everything that ended up happening with her that made her basically her popularity decline, it is kind of sad. Like even when she announced it, she was crying. She was sad. She was like, "I don't want to announce this. I don't want to go. I still want to be part of the group." But it's like it kind of felt like she had to.
Mm.
So really, I wish her all the best. Like whatever she decides to pursue, whether she decides like to, live out her life, finish high school maybe first and then maybe think about pursuing a career in entertainment again, or just going about just living a normal life as a normal girl. Like whatever she decides to do with her future, I say best wishes for her.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, moving on now, we can talk about some more positive stuff that happened. SK48, this year was a pretty solid year for them. A big part in that being their changing management to Zest.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, this, just in general, SK was really strong this year.
Yes, they were. They
Hmm.
definitely were.
So yeah, alongside with them changing management now, it felt like they were able to do a lot now thanks to this. Like there's
Mm.
of course a lot of the shows that they had done. For example, there's the web series that they are doing on Showroom every other week, Sakae Chinchikochin. Being able to see the members kind of interact in this. It's just two members, 5 days a week, but again, seeing those like little interactions, seeing the members play off each other is pretty fun to
Yeah.
watch. I haven't
And,
been keeping up with it lately since I
and
haven't been on Showroom too much, but like it's always really fun to watch when I do
and
catch it.
and actually about that.
Mhm.
So I actually know where they shoot that because I've actually went and seen them do it on Showroom like live. They do it out. It's right next in that Matsuzaka is next to Nagoya Parko.
Okay. Okay, you froze up for me a little bit there. Sorry.
Okay. Like I was saying, I know where they film it. They shoot it literally right next to a Matsuzaka, which is actually right next
Matsuzakaya.
to Nago. Yeah, and they do that, and that is right next to Nagoya Parko.
Hmm.
So, so I've actually went up to see it a couple times, but because of my lost in interest with the 48, 46 groups, I kind of have been like, I was only there for a couple minutes each time, and then
Hmm.
just left. So, I mean, I'm always happy that I know where they film it.
But yeah,
Hmm.
also regarding the members too, there was the ninth gen had not only been prominent within that show, they've had a couple of appearances on there, but they have been doing really well. And now with the addition of the 10th gen, it definitely feels like the future is bright for them. It's going to be interesting to see how all of these members are going to develop in the course of these next few years. And then
Yeah.
and then there's the singles that they have released. Well, their newest one, Soyutoko Audio Net, isn't out yet, but it's coming out in a couple of days. But we can talk about Frustration. This,
Mm.
I'd say, it's definitely the mark of a big turning point for the group, just because it was so different from anything that they had ever done.
Oh yeah, it's very
Hmm.
Western.
And there's a lot of mixed reactions about it. Like some people love it, some people don't really like it that much. Personally, I like it.
See,
I
the
really
thing for
liked what they
me,
did.
oh sorry, the thing for me is I don't really like the music video. It's not
Mm.
really a good music video song, but however, Frustration as a live song being there is actually a really good song. It gets you
Uh-huh.
pumped up live. It's just not a good music video song.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mhm. And of course, with SKE, we've also had a couple of graduations that were pretty
Oof.
sad, but we'll talk about those when we actually talk about the graduations that have happened across all of the 48 and 46 groups. But I'd still say, all in all, this was a solid year for SKE 48.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And then also, I guess this is the last one we can talk about, SCU 48. Now I haven't been following them too much.
Nope.
Jerison is really the one that has been following them the most out of them. But I would say they have been doing pretty good this year too. Their boat, the SCU-48 Go, finally opened, so they have been able to do lives on the boat.
Mm.
They had their tour, and then there
Mm.
was also the recent announcement of the new stage that Okada Nana, the captain, is producing. So that's really exciting. So yeah, I'd say in general this has been a good, decent year for SU48. Even their single Daisuki na Hito, I'd say it was a pretty good single. I
Mm.
personally really liked it.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
guess if that's all we can say about the 48 group.
Yeah, there really isn't at least anything for HAT and NMB on
Yeah,
my
that's
side
true.
because I don't really follow them
Mm,
that much. Other than HKT um, struggling still. I mean, NMB is also
yeah.
still struggling. They're both of those groups are still struggling really bad.
Mhm. It didn't help that
That's all
like
I
there were
can
a
say.
lot of major members who either just like had left, graduated from the group, or weren't present.
Hmm.
So it did feel kind of hard for them. NMB, I'd say did pretty good too. It was a decent year for them. Quintet had been very predominantly active this year, I feel like.
But then let's remember graduated, so
Ah,
quintet's no
yeah,
longer
yeah. Hmm.
a thing.
And then the singles that they released this year, I believe it was 3 singles that they released altogether this year.
NMB?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? Three? I can only remember the one.
Let's see. Let's see. Say Tokonoma Seiza Musume was yeah, that was this year. Tokonoma Seiza Musume, Boko ni Kaere, and then Hatsukoi Shugo Shugi.
I only remember Boku no Kaede or whatever. Boku Kaede. That's the
Hmm.
only one that I remember.
Yeah, I thought all of those were really good. My personal favorite is Tokonoma Seiza Musume, just because I
What?
liked the sound that it had, but uh, Boko Kaede and Hatsukoi Shugo Shugi they both were really good too, really catchy, really good songs.
When did that one come out? The first one that you're talking about?
Tokonoma?
No, no,
Hold
no,
on, let me look up.
no. That one's the other one.
But Hatsukoi Shugo Shugi,
Yeah, when did that come out?
that was later in the year. I felt like that was
Really?
in October, maybe.
I had not, I had not heard anything about that single.
Oh yeah, it was
Not
in
one bit.
early November when it released.
I don't remember
I did
hearing
a
anything
reaction
about
to it
that.
because the music video came out in October. Yeah, now I remember.
Huh? Huh? Who was the center for that?
Ota Yuri, because that was her graduation single.
Right, right. Hmm.
Hmm. All right then. I guess next we can move on to the 46 groups, the Sakamichi series.
Yes.
So this was the year that Hiragana Keyakizaka had debuted as Hinatazaka 46.
Thank you.
And this was a really good year for them.
Oh, the sun came out so brightly.
Yes, the sun came out.
Mm,
Hmm. And
yes.
again, kind of in a similar vein to talk about, even though a lot of like AKB shows were ending, Hinatazaka had surprisingly a lot of shows. Like there
Yeah, they
was
had.
Hiragana Oshi got renewed as Hinatazaka de Aimashou, and then they had
Mm,
2 seasons of Hina Bingo in the same year.
yes.
And that show I actually really enjoyed. It was fun seeing the girls interact with the MC for the show.
Yeah.
They had this really fun dynamic that was really fun to watch.
It's kind of really funny because Koyabu is literally the most boring MC, but he makes it work so well. Because if you have seen all the other like bingo MCs, like they're crazy MCs. Even like Sandwich Man,
I mean, that's
One
true
Rush
too.
Hour, The Bad Boys,
Like they have these sort of over
Sanjiro.
the top personalities, but Koyabu, he doesn't really have an over the top personality.
No,
But
his boringness
it's
is
the
so
members
well.
playing off of him and interacting with him that makes it fun to watch.
Mm.
Because like it's the members who have the really dynamic personalities to play off of him.
See, if I had to be honest, I think out like of any of the bingo hosts, besides the Bad Boys, Koyabu I think is the best bingo host because
Hmm.
the way that Hinatazaka just plays off him, like their relationship seems so much closer than the other MCs that they've had.
Yeah, I mean the members were like constantly teasing and imitating him. And you don't really see anything like that in any other with any of the other like shows of the bingo MCs. Like AK Bingo definitely had that with the bad boys. There was
Oh yeah.
definitely this really close relationship between the members and the bad boys. I mean, we saw that happen when, Sata was saying like, "Oh, if AKB can beat me in so challenges, I'll shave my hair." And that whole thing that happened was amazing.
Yeah. Shaved off his pompadour.
Mhm. And then just one moment from Hina Bingo that I remember. I think it was from season 2. It was like 3 of the members were like fixing takoyaki. They were having a takoyaki party. And you see Koyabu is just like circling the table. And so the members start following around him. And so they're going in a circle and they're all imitating him and repeating back what he's saying. Again, moments like that is so fun to watch.
Mhm.
And in general, like all of the singles that Hinatazaka released this year, Kyun, Doremi, Konna ni Suki ni Nachchatte Ino, were all solid singles.
I have to agree on that.
Hmm. Like Kyun was a really good debut single, and I think that their B-sides were all really solid too. And
Hmm.
then Doremi Solasido is personally my favorite in the A-sides. I just thought it was really catchy and really fun to dance to. And then Konna ni Suki ni Nachchatte Ino was definitely more emotional, ballad-like, but it felt very grounded in Hinatazaka as a group, and it was really nice to listen to.
Hmm.
And again, in Hinatazaka de Aimashou, all the different like release campaigns for the singles that they did, like there was the marathon that they did, like the marathon relay. There was let's see, what did they do for Doremi?
For
I
Doremi, they had the boat
Oh, the
thing,
boat. Yeah, the banana boat. Them rowing the
and then
banana boat. And
I
then
don't know what they did for the third
Konani Skinny
because
Natsate. Oh, they did a one shot, a one take music video.
oh
Like
okay.
all the members were doing different things and it was like a one take video and it was amazing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not caught up to Hinata Zakadayama show. I have
It's okay.
I'm
It's
like
okay.
15 episodes behind. I'm now starting to watch and catch up to that.
Mhm.
So
And the fact that they're still going strong going into 2020 now, they announced a national tour and a Tokyo Dome concert. And also, they are coming out with a new drama, Dasada, which is starting up later this month, which I am personally excited for. It looks like it's going to be a really fun drama. Yeah, I'm seeing Michael sending messages in the chat now. He says, same. So yeah, it's like Hinatazaka, they're definitely one of the next like up and coming groups for the Sakamichi. Like in general, a lot of the Sakamichi groups have been doing really strong, but like Hinatazaka especially was one of the strongest. So good for them, and here's to another good year coming into 2020. Let's see. Also, Keyakizaka as well, they had an arena tour and Tokyo Dome concert 2019. Now, let's see.
yeah,
There was the little bit that we saw of the Tokyo Dome, I remember from Keakake when
yes,
they showed it.
yeah, they did show it on Keakake.
And Michael was really happy about this too. So like we got to see a couple like some of the performances that they did. Hirate Yurina performed her solo song Kado Magaru, which was the theme for Hibiki. And that song is really good in my opinion. And also from what we saw in Keakaka, they performed Fukyo after like a year.
Forever. No,
It feels like forever.
it was since the Kohaku.
Yeah, it was
Since the Kohaku incident.
okay. So it was like maybe a little less than it. Oh, 2017 Kohaku. That's when it was. So it was. It
What?
was
No,
almost
wasn't it
2 years.
last year's K? No, wait, no, wasn't that last year's Kohaku? The
What?
one where Techi fainted in Suzumo? I swear to God, that was 2018's Kohaku.
No, they did Garasu Owara last year, is what Michael said. Oh.
What?
So yeah, it's been almost 2 years since they performed Fukyo. Wow.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's right, because Kobayashi Yui centered it during the performance of Garasu Owara. Yeah, that was awesome.
Huh.
And then also, this is regarding both Keyakizaka and Hinatazaka. They got their own joint mobile game, Unis on Air.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, you play it?
Oh yeah. I'm level 79 now.
Oh.
80. I know Michael's like in the hundreds, so
He's 143,
not,
he says.
so
Lol.
like not up to Michael. Michael's level, not even close. But yeah, the funny thing is, since I've started playing Unis on Air, I've gotten a lot worse at AK Beat Carnival. So yeah, it's really fun. I wish AKB's rhythm game was more like Unis on Air, because Unis on Air has a lot more like extra things that just AK Beat does not. AKB Beat Carnival does not have. I'm waiting for that volume 2 for the new year.
Oh.
So I can get Berica. But yeah. Really
okay,
good.
I see that Jerison is looks like he's here. Let's see. I'll actually, since I'll have to set up if he's gonna join, I'll actually stop the recording here, so we're gonna pause for a bit here.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna continue on from here. Jerison is not here yet. He's getting ready, so he'll probably join us later. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, continuing a bit on from where we left off with the Sakamichi groups. Uh, Steve, you can go ahead and lead this because we're talking about Yoshimoto Zaka now.
I mean, it's only small, but Yoshimoto released two more singles this year, and once again, they were really good singles
Mhm.
from Yoshimoto Zaka. So I'm quite happy with them, if I had to be honest. So
Mhm. Like I don't really follow them that much either, but I actually took a listen to the songs that they had released and they're pretty good.
and then also Yoshimoto got a second generation, if I remember what
Yeah, Jairus and I've been
Harrison has
talking
been
about them a
saying.
lot, the second generation audition through Showroom.
I think they were decided. I don't remember when. I think was it a couple of days ago?
I feel like
Was it
that was
before?
announced during their anniversary live. That was earlier last month. It was like during Christmas or after Christmas, I think, somewhere around that time frame. Maybe that was
Hmm.
when they announced it.
But yeah, they announced the
But
second
yeah,
gen.
I am kind of realizing as I was going through the songs, a lot of the songs from Yoshimoto Zaka that I like personally, I find that I really like, are from Red.
Yeah, that's their dance um, subunit, I guess, if you want to say it, because they kind
Yeah,
of have like subunits within the main group itself.
yeah.
So that's a dance subunit.
hmm So yeah, it's really cool to see that they have been doing fairly well. Like even though I
Mm-hmm.
said like I wasn't expecting that much from them because it's like oh it's a bunch of comedians doing and a sort of idol group. It's like I wasn't expecting them to be this good. It effectively it broke my expectations in the best way. So hey, good on them.
I mean, even the Slow podcast really likes Yoshimoto Zaka. I
Yeah.
mean, their song of the year was from Yoshimoto Zaka, so
Hmm.
mm,
All right.
yeah,
So I
that's
would
pretty much it.
say that's it. Talking about some of the major stuff with the Sakamichi groups.
Mm.
I guess next we can briefly talk about two other idol groups outside of AKB that we both follow, Nanabun no Nijuni and Equal Love.
Yes.
So
You can
starting
go with
off,
Equal Love first.
all right. So Equal Love, they released two singles this year, Sagase Diamond Lily and Zuruyo Zuruine. Now I know that I showed both of the main single music videos to you, Steve.
Yes.
So what if you would like to share your opinions on them?
I thought that they were both pretty good songs, but I liked Zuri better because it's more my style
Uh-huh.
of music.
Mm. And yeah, I get that. Like personally, my favorite out of the two was Sagase Diamond Lily, but yeah, both of those songs were really good. Sagase Diamond Lily had this really nice upbeat tone to it, but it had that tinge of sadness because to me it felt kind of akin to like a song about school graduation. And like even in I know I showed you the dance and lip scene version, but in the actual music video proper, which is like 8 minutes long, there is the story of one of the members who was leaving the school because she had been scouted to be a voice actress, so she was leaving the school in order to pursue that career. And Zuruyo Zuruine is much more of a melancholy ballad. It's a breakup song. Like that's what the song is about. And it sounded really nice. Like I'd say both of those songs and just in general when talking about Equal Love, they have really strong vocals as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the members are really good singers. They have really good voices.
Mm-hmm.
And like even talking about the B-sides from both of those songs. So in Sagase Diamond Lily, two of the B-sides that got music videos that personally stood out to me were Iranai Twin Tail and Nishinomoto. Nijinomoto was a duet between Sasaki Maika and Noguchi Iori, Iori being one of my personal favorite members in the group. And then Iranai Twintail felt something akin to like almost what baby metal would do. It didn't go full blown metal, but it had the hard rock style to them, which was really cool to see. And then for Zuruyo Zuruine, the B-sides were actually divided up as different units. Now, one of the members, Takatsuka Hitomi, she took a hiatus, so she couldn't participate in the one unit, so there was actually 11 members in Zuruyo Zuruine. But like both of those were decent songs as well. Let's see, what was the name? Sweetest Girl. It was a fairly simple, really cute song. It was focused on the members. Like a lot of it was focused on like the fashion and stuff because like one of the members was coordinating all of the fashion that the girls wore throughout the video. And then Oshino Iru Sekai was literally seeing the members as Ota, which was a lot of fun. Like because we know that Sashi wrote the lyrics, it feels like she probably it's like it's taking her own relations of like when she was an idol Ota and kind of putting that in the song. And like personally just being like an idol Ota myself, I could definitely understand. The lyrics resonated with me, we'll put it like that. So I actually really enjoyed that song and it just looked like a lot of fun. And it was catchy, which is always a good plus. Hmm. Let's see. They also held their first concert tours. Their first national tour is actually still going on later this month. Those will be later, I believe, in the next week or so. Yeah, probably next week, this next coming week. Not this week, but next week. And then they also formed their first sister group, Not Equal Me. So far, Not Equal Me has only been doing B-sides for Equal Love's singles, but their B-sides are really good. There was the self-titled song Non Equal Me, which is kind of paralleling to Equal Love's first single, which was also self-titled Equal Love, kind of serving as like an introduction to the group. And then for Zuruyo Zuruine, they did Kimi no Oto Dattanda, which I personally really liked. That was a really good song. So yeah, that was actually really cool to see kind of how the group is kind of growing and expanding now. And I know that they did some other stuff this year, but those were like kind of the main things I wanted to touch about. So yeah, Steve, you can go on now to Nanabun no Nijuni.
Yeah. So Nanabun no Nijuni has had a little bit of ups and downs, but mainly good. One of the major things that happened is that they announced their anime that's actually going to be coming out in 6 days here in Japan. So I'll be looking forward to watching that. One of the sad things, Hanakawa May announced graduation and she was already replaced. That's how fast they did it. I could not believe how fast
Oof.
they found a new member. Like I was surprised how fast. It was only like a couple, not even like a couple days after she announced graduation, they found a new member already. I don't remember what her name is. I just know they found a new member. And that new member will be taking over as Nicole, which was Hanakawa Mi's character, and I believe the anime as well. They also announced a rhythm game that's coming out. I don't know when, but they announced a rhythm game that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they released their 4th single this year. Song title that I forget. I haven't really been paying attention to Nanabun no Nijini that much. Other than that, a couple of the members went to Crunchyroll Expo, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Sally.
And then they also went to, where did they? Thailand? I think they went somewhere else in Asia and they had like a performance there from what I remember correctly. I think it was Thailand.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But that's pretty much
Hmm.
everything for Nanabu and the Nichini this year. Sally did go on a somewhat of a hiatus for medical reasons, like with her
Anxiety
social
disorder?
anxiety. Yeah, with her social anxiety disorder. So that was one of the lows for this year, but
Hmm.
oh well.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then I guess the next section is my section, I guess.
All right. Before we go into that, I'm getting messages from Jerison again, so I'm gonna stop the recording here again.
Okay.
All right, Jerison is here now, joining us.
Yeah, I'm finally here for the year in review. But what happened? That's sort of because I had to eat breakfast. But anyway, Happy New Year, all of you, Ruka, Michael, and Steve. But also welcome back, Steve, to the show.
Yeah.
We're doing great since you're in Japan right now, and we talked about you too various times too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now that Jerison is here, we can continue our discussion in the year and the review. And Steve, I will hand it over to you now for this next section.
Yes. So the
Yes.
next section is the whack groups, or I'm just going to say personally. So I've gotten more into whack and away from the 48, 46 groups. So, because the whack groups are more my style of music. So, and plus this channel isn't just about 40 and 46 groups like we've been saying this past year. We've been kind of changing into just idols in general.
Yeah.
So with that, the major thing with all of the whack groups is that they've been having a bunch of tours here in Japan.
A lot, yeah.
From Empire, Bish, Biz, Gang Parade, Billy Idol as well. Just all of them have been having tours the past year.
Yeah.
And the first group, whack group I will start with is Bish, which had an amazing year, nonetheless to say, an amazing year. They became mainstream idols last year. They were on a lot of TV shows with multiple appearances, Songs of Tokyo, CDTV,
FNS?
FNS, just a bunch. See, they released their third major album, Carrots and Sticks, as long as their sixth major single, Kind People / Rhythm. I'm pretty sure they're considering a double A side, although there's only 2 songs in there. I Know the End got her own documentary, or at least it was announced that she was getting her own documentary. I don't know if that was released yet. Hashiatsume Atsuko got her own single, a la Mode, which is funny.
Funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's a funny single.
It's whack.
It's just weird. It's a little bit weird, but it's funny. And then going on to Bis the Third, I will call them. They formed. And then along with that, they released their first album, Brand New Idol Society, and their first single, Dead or Alive. Brand New Idol Society is actually the third album of the same name, because each of the Bis albums, the first albums, have had the same name.
Oh, yeah.
And then sadly, they had 2 graduations already, even though they just formed. One of the members didn't actually debut. The member goes Zuzu Death didn't debut, but Manako Chi Manako that did debut graduated the group. Sadly.
Oh, yeah.
Then Gang Parade, they released 2 albums and 3 singles. Empire, one second, I just went down on the doc.
Wait, didn't one of the members of Gang Parade announce that she'll be leaving the group just recently?
Yeah, she announced, Kamiyasaki just announced a couple days ago. I think it was 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago.
She was leaving the group.
Oh.
Empire released. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about Kamisaki is that she's actually one of the original BIS members. So she's an OG.
Hmm.
Empire, they released 4 singles and an album. Carrie Loose debuted and released their album by the same name, Carrie Loose. And then Billy Idol released 4 singles, and then they announced disbandment. I don't remember if they already disbanded already, but I know they're disbanding soon if they didn't already. So the WAC groups have been on a roll in 2016, literally, with a lot of releases, a lot of good songs released, and in Bish becoming major.
All right.
Oh, they're starting to be. One of the members in Bish was also in a Genie High song too, actually.
Yeah, I know the end.
Yeah, and one of the members was the host of Hina Bingo, who's a drummer.
So yeah, the WAC groups did fantastic, and I know even the Slope podcast, they like Empire.
Oh, Empire.
Oh yeah, I remember them bringing them up a couple of times, like when they were at a convention, I think, and they were showing like music videos of different Japanese idols to the foreigners. They showed a music video by Empire.
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah, with Hinatazaka 46's recent hit single.
So yeah, that's really
that
cool.
is, I guess, the year in review for Bish. I'm sorry there couldn't be more, as I'm just kind of newer into the WAC groups, and I didn't really pay any attention to any news-wise.
Well, that's all right, though.
But yeah.
Oh, good.
All right, then. I guess next, moving on, since we're finished with that, right?
Yes.
All right, next we can move on to some of the other idol groups that we follow, which a couple. So the big one we can talk about is Beyond's from Hello Project, which they had their major debut. And they are really coming in strong.
Yeah, they're like make really interesting songs that are like silly and really also really great.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun and they sound really good too. Like their songs, like from their debut single, they really feel like they are representing this new era for Hello Project and also for idols in general, because some of the stuff that they're doing, it's like very unique. It's not something that a lot of idols have done. Like Megane no Otoko no Ko, it's half parts a song, but it's also half parts a play, which is amazing.
Yeah, one with the glasses. Yeah, where half the video looks like...
And it's so much fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and with the talking in the song middle way to the...
Exactly.
It's kind of funny because yesterday at Owen Shoujo's most BSJ project, one of the members of Owen Shoujo, when they were doing the karaoke, somebody requested Otoko no Megane Otoko, I don't remember.
Megane no Otoko no Ko.
And she did the whole entire first part of the talking part like perfectly, and then it was very astonishing. I'm like, holy crap!
That's amazing.
And she was doing it just by herself, and
that's so much
part
fun.
Is so fast too. So it's like, oh my god, how was she able to do that?
I mean, I've honestly, I'll be honest, I have tried that like just for fun. I would like kind of act out or like talk along with the talking part, but it's hard because they go so fast.
Fast-paced talking, actually. Yeah.
But yeah, that one was fun. Nippon no DNA is a really good song.
Oh yeah, but they talk about business and culture in the country.
So yeah, in general, Beyonce, they had a really good, again, kind of similar to Hinatazaka. This was their major debut year, so this was a really solid start for them. So I'm excited to see how they're gonna grow and change in the future. So I'm really excited.
It's like a hard.
It's released an album.
Yeah, they did. They released an album too.
Beyond's first.
Yes.
Yeah, and like that's like it's kind of like it's like it's like the song that Hinatazaka 46 when they heard Kazaki Happy Aura, except more extreme. Oh yeah, also there's Go Waste. Remember that song? That was a mind blowing music.
Well, that was a parody video.
Yeah,
And a
like
parody song.
1990s exercise video. And then Hot, Atushi as well from the album too.
Ah,
Which,
Atsui.
Yes.
yeah, which
Absolutely.
one scene they referenced the scene in Armageddon with the animal crackers.
They reference a bunch of different scenes. They referenced a bunch of stuff, to be honest, in that video. There were some
Lots of
references that I don't think I even caught completely.
lots of 1990s references in it. Oh yeah.
All right. So
Oh yeah, and they got Best New Artist at the Japan Record Awards too.
oh yeah. Congrats
They
to
just
them.
did. Yeah, they beat 3 other musicians, Enka, but that, and they got to perform the Boy with the Glasses there. We'll talk more about that. Yeah, good.
All right. Moving on. I guess we can talk about some of these other groups next. Jerison, I guess you can talk about some of these groups like Lyrical School. I don't really
Oh
follow
yeah.
them.
Oh yeah, Lyrical School. Yeah, so Lyrical School was actually a group that I probably talked a lot of on the show in the past. Well, this year, right? They're like the only about the group is that they're kind of like, let's say, a rap group, but they have that has a bit of cuteness because they put a bit of pop music in it.
Hmm.
And they're a group. They made their songs are actually good. I mean, they released an album this year, "Be Kind, Rewind," which is probably one of my favorite albums this year because it kind of has that like the nostalgia of old school rap. And there's like a few great songs in it too, including like one of the hit singles on the album, like "Last Dance," which
Oh yeah,
it's
I
like it's
saw
a
the
club.
music video for Last Dance, and I really liked it
Oh,
actually.
yeah, they reference a lot of films in that video.
They did. I saw like Back to the Future
Yeah,
references,
Back to the Future Part 2. Yeah,
and then I'm forgetting what else because
Armageddon.
there were so many different references to there. But yeah, that was a fun
Titanic, Men
video.
in Black, Big Fish, Theme with Bruce Almighty, E.T. Yeah, and like they also did like songs like Tokyo Burnin', which is it has some great vocals from 2 of the members, Mino and Risano. They also a song in the album I actually enjoyed too, Love Together Rap, which is kind of sounds like that 1990s and well, they really both one of the members in the group in the group Risano is that she actually speaks English very well actually. Risano.
Huh.
And then because she lived in Los Angeles for a while, but also like surprisingly, she actually knows me a bit surprisingly because I engaged with her on Twitter a few times.
Okay.
I'll tell this quick interesting story because I know in her Twitter she does a daily event where she like vlog where she kind of talks about things she does. One of the videos she did is like when she talks about curry, but on the same day that she released that episode, I was making curry that same day, and I was figuring word if I was making the curry correctly. Then I watched the video and found out the instructions in that video were actually the same instructions I followed. So it was actually made curry correctly. I was making curry that was similar to what Mai's favorite dish at Koku Curry House we saw in those commercials.
Ah, Kokoichi.
Yeah, the sausage and potato curry. That actually tastes great, actually. And she probably knows me too, as in Risano. Yeah, so see her videos too. It's all good. Mm-hmm.
All right then. Well, I guess either Steve or Jerison, is there any particular group you want to talk about? I know the Perfume, they released a couple new songs this year. I haven't really been keeping up with them
Yeah, they
as
released
much.
a best of album, P3Q,
Oh, best of album. Okay.
which because it's their 50th anniversary this year, and they're
That's
doing great. I mean,
right.
they
Yeah.
made a lot of great songs. I mean, they made songs like one of my
15
favorite
years.
songs in the group.
Congrats to
It's
them.
like Magic of Love, a sweet baby cruising love, polyrhythm. And there's another corner, but I mean, they also the thing is, they also did like they also did like the little thing where they demonstrate technology reframe again. They did that again, and they performed actually parts of that again at NG Kohaku as well. They also did polyrhythm. Yeah, the song one of the from the best of album Generation is actually a song on the best of album, and it
Okay.
kind of like reflects on their group. I
And
mean,
what
oh, am I
about
mentioning?
Saise? Is that what it is? Saise?
Yeah, say, yeah.
Okay. And then
So they're probably gonna still make music
hmm.
the next few years, probably.
Well, yeah, Perfume is still really big over there. So that's good for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
15 years. That's really cool.
15 years. Yeah. All
All
right.
right. And then now again, this is a group I haven't really been keeping up with as much as I used to, but Momo Ito Clover Z, what have they been doing this year?
Well, this year they're doing. I mean, like since after one of the members in the group had left, they released a self-titled album, Little Woman with Clover Z, and one of the songs in that album included called like the Diamond Four, which has a bit of like lots of rap and kind of like maybe some Downton Abbey dialogue at one point in the song. But also apparently one of the members was also in a show too, and also they're also very involved with the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Which one of the
I
members.
know one member, Sasaki Ayaka, has been very prominent solo as a solo
Yeah,
idol.
yeah. I think she's doing very well. Into
Mhm.
the solo work too. And also one of the members was also involved in actually one of involving with the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Oh, she actually plays one of the in the segment they do on the YouTube channel of the Summer Olympics in Tokyo called 1 Minute 1 Sport. She plays like one of the narrators in that segment.
All right, cool.
Yeah, they're doing really great. Wait, what is your Ocean in that group anyway? By the way.
Well, again, I haven't really been keeping up with them, but my Oshimen and Momokuro was actually I forget her name, but she was the member who left, the green member.
Oh, the left one. Yeah. Okay.
Hold on, I really can't think of her name now. I've been so out of the loop with them.
Well, I mean, at least we'll probably.
Uh,
We know it's the green member, the member that left.
Momoka, that's it, Momoka Ariasu.
Yeah, she left. Oh. But
Yeah,
they're still doing
she
great.
was my favorite.
Oh, okay, so good.
All right, then moving on next to the international 48 groups.
Yes. Well,
So,
they're doing very.
yeah, I'd say definitely out of all of them, BNK have definitely been the strongest this year.
Yeah, they released their the first original song that is not that is actually outside of the main groups. They made "Bye Bye Plastic," which is a song from their recent album Jabaja.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And then there was also their special version of 47の素敵な街へ, except it was the 77 provinces
oh yeah, the
of
77 of
which they did that really
Thailand.
well, and the music video was really well done.
Yeah,
Like that's a
magical
consistent thing that BNK has done. Their music videos are so good.
It's like high quality. Might have filmed in 4K. It's like a magical mystery tour around Thailand.
And again,
Yeah.
all the locations that they filmed there were so pretty.
Yeah, and about Bye Bye Plastic, because the video of that song was actually really surprisingly great. And it's like they referenced Power Rangers, and it was also very informative too about the environment. About you should probably use reusable products when you get things.
Also, it was an environmental song. Okay, because I haven't heard Bye Bye Plastic.
With 7-Eleven too. It's but the music video is also great too. Has some Power Rangers.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. And then we also were introduced to a couple of new international groups that had joined. We got Saigon 48,
Yeah.
and then we have the DL,
CGM.
the Delhi group, which they split up into two groups.
Oh,
So
Del
we
and
have
Mumbai?
CG.
I think it was one group now.
Is it?
Oh, you're still. I think Del is like one group actually.
Wait,
Now.
I thought there was one group that ended up being divided.
Oh, they split the teams. Oh, okay.
What? Wasn't it supposed to be Dell and Mumbai?
Yeah, it was like originally there were going to be two different groups, but I think they're making just now one group now. I think.
Are they?
Hold on, I gotta look this up now.
I'm pretty sure it's just MUB and Dell are separate.
Yeah, I think they're separate.
Oh yeah, MUB. Yeah, they rebranded. That's what it was.
Almost rebranded. They even launched the group on the same day when one of the members was performed with AKB40 and NHK Kohaku actually. What are your thoughts on this new group quickly?
I don't know, really, because I haven't really been following them.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Didn't the group release profiles for?
Yeah, they did, but it's not in their the clothes, their uniforms for the first single. I'm not sure what that single will be.
So I can't say anything about them yet since they haven't released any music yet.
Yeah, we'll wait till they get. We'll do that in a future episode.
And then
But also
there's
with
CGM48, which is the
yeah,
first sister group
with his arena
from
now. With his
BNK.
arena. With his arena.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
Now she's the manager of that group.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So since this is
But
kind of a branch off of BNK, it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to develop now. Because BNK, again, have been doing so well, it's like they're going to have a lot to live up to, I think.
yeah, but with more BNK, but they also the film that had two of the members in it, Where We Belong, it actually got a lot of worldwide attention. Actually, that it was being shown at various film festivals. It even got attention on like a show on BBC World News, Talking Pictures.
Whoa, really? Huh.
Yeah, the film might tackle something on the LGBTQ community. I mean, I would like to see the film actually. I mean, it's probably an interesting also as well. They kind of like they had also been various spin-offs involving it too, including a band that was like seen in the film.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably available on like Netflix. I think maybe worldwide. So if you haven't seen, you could probably watch it too.
Well, we'll see. Maybe if we can try and
Yeah,
find that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then last up we'll talk about is MNL48 with their general election.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one where they like what all the people that were not put in the put in like their were not ranked were actually had to be removed from the group.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
It was like a
oh
punch in
my
the face
god.
for all fans, and they even did it. And interesting, they did it actually at the tent of like well the TV channel actually handles their record label Hollow Hollow Entertainment ABS CBN. They did it at their studio actually at a tent.
But yeah, this was not a good move on them.
Ikea
Yeah,
supported it.
Like
and what? Whoa!
it just wasn't a good idea. It's like you're already putting a lot of pressure on these girls because of like with the general election being, about, it's, basically a popularity contest. It's already putting a lot of pressure on them, but
It
now
even
you're
had
putting on the fact that like if you don't rank in a certain point, you're gonna be fired. It's like, no, you can't do that.
That's not part of how AKB48 works. Usually, when you're not ranked, you are still in the group.
Hmm.
And how did it end? It was like well, it's probably like the worst election we saw. And
Hmm.
like I even
It
made a
was.
TikTok about. I mean, even made a TikTok about that actually.
Ugh.
Well, let me show you later actually.
Hmm.
And also the whole one of like the host. Well, one of the hosts was season because he was like great friends with the members, but one of the hosts was kind of you could say a bit stiff and kind of almost sounded like she was very like optimistic, although it's a very dark time.
Hmm. I mean, it's at least good to know that MNL, they've been doing well still. Like they've
That's the
definitely
songs,
been doing better since that. Oh yeah,
and they're going
Michael even
to.
says too. He's not able to chat right now, but he's in the group chat. He says, coming from a Filipino, this was kind of a bad move on whoever they're getting managed by part.
Oh
Even
yeah.
the second gens didn't get even like a lot of like not seen a lot, and then now they've been removed. Most of them have been removed from the group.
I already ranted on that subject, so
Oh yeah, yeah,
of
I know, I
how
saw that.
they don't understand Idol.
What else? And but the other thing about the group is that like I know that I said this earlier, but like the record, the record label they're under Hollow Hollow Entertainment is actually handled by one of the major channels in the Philippines, ABS-CBN, which means that usually they would probably only be seen on like a lot of things on ABS-CBN, but I mean, the thing they could have been seen on like all the channels in the Philippines because they'll have like be more approachable, but it's like kind of with exclusivity. I mean, if they were seen on all the channels, then they would probably be seen more,
Hmm.
like on other channels too, like in Japan, where they go on all the major channels.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and they also had a documentary too released this year, actually.
Oh
It
yeah.
probably shows what happened. We'll probably find it if you can watch.
Hmm.
And they also gonna open a theater too, actually. By the way, they're gonna
Hmm.
open their theater soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Michael says that it's actually broadcasting nationally. It's the country's national broadcasting station. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they have two other major channels too, GMA and TV5. I mean, they could have been on those channels too, actually. So we can like on other variety shows too. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, while that wasn't really it was not a good event for MNL. It's at least good to see that like the group themselves they have been getting better.
Management hasn't.
Oh yeah. I mean, even the fans were like crying when that happened too. It's
Yeah.
Like,
It was just an all in all outrage from so many different people.
it was happening on the same time that the AKB48 Spring Festival was happening too. Actually, it's happening at the same time while that was happening. Actually. Okay.
So yeah, and also something that I like that I've been seeing recently, it's not written down here, but I like seeing that now some of the groups have been able to interact with the Japanese groups. Like from what I've seen, mainly a lot of it has been like interactions with SKE has been like a big part of it.
Yeah, with JKT.
Yeah, not just JKT, the fact that they're holding a joint concert, but SKE and BNK have a
BNK too, yeah.
TV show together,
BNK.
Fun
Yeah,
Japan. And then we know that AKB have had a couple of performances at Japan Expo in Thailand.
A few members in STU48 also saw a few members in BNK as well too, actually.
So yeah, like that's been awesome.
Yeah, a lot of attention.
That's something that I really like to see, seeing them like coming from different countries and different nationalities, but they're still connected and they have this really nice interactions with each other. Like for example, when Jurina went to Manila and saw MNL48, the reaction from the members when he saw her was so cute. Like, especially the one member, Sella, who got so nervous about approaching her that she messed up her Japanese. That was so cute.
It's all good, yeah.
So yeah, here's to hoping this next year we're gonna see a lot more improvement from not only these next up-and-coming groups with Saigon 48, because they recently just started. They've released a couple of songs already, and then also with Delhi and CGM 48.
Oh, I wonder what it's going to be CGM for its first single.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to seeing how these are going to progress. So yeah. Moving on, now we're going to move on to K-pop. We have actually a lot of news regarding the K-pop world. We'll start off with IZ*ONE.
IZ*ONE, yeah. After they began, a lot changed in like a year. And now Sakura, Nako, and Hitomi look very different now.
Okay, so first off, they released this past year in 2019. They released a mini album, Heart Eyes, and then 3 Japanese singles: Tsuki no Iwasetai, Buenos Aires, and Vampire.
I mean, like with the Heart Eyes, I mean, like it had like probably the best song they made so far. Violetta. It's like
that song was Violetta was so good.
It's like the song is like dope, and also like watching a Swarovski commercial, like a diamond commercial.
Steve, I'm sorry we're not letting you talk too much.
No, I don't know anything about any of this, so.
You don't know about IZ*ONE? But I mean,
no, I don't follow IZ*ONE.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that Michael's Osherman and Team 8, Hitomi's in the group. Also, my favorite Japanese member in the group. Although my favorite member in the group is actually Yujin. And she's very fun. And then also also in their show they did, well, at least for 2 seasons already so far, IZ*ONE Chu, this most recent season, Secret Friend. It was a great show, though. In the show they show a lot of food. It makes you want to eat the food. Yeah. On IZ*ONE Chu, yeah.
And I know that also the group Rocket Punch with Takashi Juri, they also released their debut album.
Yeah,
Pink Punch. Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, like there were not a lot of songs that wowed in the mini album. I mean, although one of the songs in the album, kind of sounded like a song that Blackpink would probably make. The third song on the mini album.
Okay.
But there haven't been much of them after they released that. But there hasn't been much, actually. Wonder if they're gonna make another mini album.
Yeah, they haven't really been doing much since the release of their mini album, and specifically like with Bim Bam Boom, that's really the only
Yeah.
thing that I've like heard from them. I have
That
seen
was
like a
okay.
couple of stuff that they've done, like they have a web series on YouTube.
YouTube channel. Yeah, they have a YouTube channel.
So like
They're
I've
at
seen a couple of episodes of that, which is fun to watch, but it's like they kind of just like it kind of just disappeared after a while, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
like I'm like hoping they're gonna release a new mini album. Hopefully, they
I
were at a
mean,
fashion show.
maybe we'll see.
Oh wait, yeah.
Okay, but also talking about again Eyes One, there was the controversy that happened involving Produce
Yeah.
101 with the rigging of the votes for Produce 48 and
the most recent season. The most recent
the
season
most
Produce
recent
101
season of
X.
Produce 101.
Produce X 101.
So it ended up they put off the activities for both Eyes One and the group X1, I believe their name
X1.
was.
X1.
So their
X1.
activities were put on hold after the votes being rigged ended up being exposed. Although with Eyes One, they actually announced that both Eyes One and X1 will be resuming their activities soon. So hopefully
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
be able to get the release of Bloom Eyes, because that
Yeah.
was announced, but then it got delayed due to the controversy that happened.
I mean, I wonder what are the actual results. I mean, if they actually, like, because I know as we said that if they didn't rig because if the group would be different if they actually didn't rig the results.
Hmm.
Then we would have like maybe like Moe or like Janurary or Mew in the group.
I mean, I don't know, and I don't think we're ever going to know, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it is good
But
that they did say that they were going to compensate for the members who weren't able to make it into the ranking due to the rigging.
oh, that works.
Hmm.
Like maybe
So
How
yeah, it
to say the
was
Japanese rules.
yeah.
How they gonna do
Oh,
that?
yeah, but also at least we're good. I mean, with their first album, like Blooms, it's it's like the commercial for it looked like a clothing commercial for clothes.
The teaser did look really good, actually. I thought it looked
Yeah,
really
it's like
pretty.
high production value. It's like Blooms, the new clothing line by Ice One, available this spring, just in time for Tokyo Girls collection.
So yeah, hopefully with the starting up of their activities again, we will be able to get to the release of Bloom Eyes, and I hope the members are doing well now. Now that this
Yeah,
is
they even got support from some of the other members, and even Neon actually supported it. She made a tweet about it. I think also Mahua Moore made a tweet about it too, actually.
Mhm. All right, so moving on next, we had a bit of tragic news in the K-pop world, which we had discussed here on the
Yeah.
channel, which is the passings
Yeah.
of Sully, a former member of FX, and Gulhara, former Kara member. Both of
Yeah.
those, again, I talked about it.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't follow these members individually outside of the groups that they were originally a part of, their passing still left this effect on me. So
Yeah, and like
it was really sad for both of them to be gone.
they were also close friends as well too, actually.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, and I heard of it about both groups because I heard some of their songs. Like I know FX made a song called "Hot Summer," which actually
Hot
that
Summer is really good.
Yeah, and like one of the members in the FX was actually related to one of the members in Girls' Generation, actually.
Mm-hmm. Jessica and Crystal.
Jessica. Yeah, and also Kara. I mean, like they made like Mister.
Mm-hmm.
I know that some of the members of Eyes One did that when they performed on Utage. But I mean, like, with these things that happen, I mean, like, it's like, well, it's like, it kind of like shows that probably it's something that the system has to be fixed, and also that it's probably like staff might have been the thing that caused all these things.
But yeah, again, like I had said before, I can only give my condolences to all of the fans who would support the both of them, friends and family and stuff like that.
So my condolences to the family, friends, and fans of both Sully and Guwa. Yeah.
Let's see.
But there was also a thing also with I know that Michael talked tell us about this. The thing with Wendy.
Yes,
Wendy?
so the Red Velvet member,
Oh, Red
Wendy,
Velvet. Oh.
this was
Oh,
actually it was during a rehearsal for a concert, right?
it was an end of year concert that was being broadcast by SBS.
Uh-huh.
Oh, was it shown live?
No,
Or was
no,
that
it was a rehearsal.
rehearsal? Oh, okay.
So yeah, during the rehearsal for it, one of the members, Wendy, ended up getting severely injured. The
Oh.
stage wasn't set up properly, and
Okay.
the staff didn't tell her where to step or where the steps were meant to be. So like she ended
Did
up
they
falling off, and she uh su-
She
she's
fell off a 2-meter stage pretty much and sustained pretty bad injuries.
Was it a few? How high was it?
2 meters approximately.
That's a big one. I mean, like, but like, but what did he find out about that the last minute, or they didn't know about it?
No, because the other idols complained about it before the stage before, and they still didn't do
Oh,
anything about it. So
so this is probably something with staff still. Yeah, they should
Mm.
more information about stage staff.
So yeah, those were injuries suffered from her wrists, her face, and her pelvis.
She even like she was holding the microphone still all the way until she got to the hospital. Yeah.
That's what I heard too. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, but how is Wendy doing right now? Actually.
The members said she's doing all right. Her parents came.
Okay. Oh, she's going okay. She'll recover. She'll recover. Okay, good.
Hopefully very quickly.
We should get to some more happier news with K-pop. This is something we've been talking about on the channel in the past month, actually.
I was gonna say though, I was gonna ask for Steve's opinion on the matter actually, if he had any
Oh
opinion
yeah,
on
Derek,
this.
go.
On what? I'm sorry.
But what about on staff? Like
on Red
how,
Velvet,
on,
Wendy.
I don't know anything about it. This is the first time I'm hearing anything about this.
Oh.
But what about on
Basically,
like staff handling the
there was an
handling the group?
accident during rehearsal. She fell off the stage and got injured severely in several different places.
I mean, obviously the staff should have done something about that beforehand if there were already complaints from other idols beforehand. So it's definitely not staff's fault.
Same thing like what happened with let's say with Maho Yamaguchi and Yurina Harate on how they handled those situations.
There was actually an
No,
update
those are
I saw on
completely
Twitter
different.
recently.
Twitter.
Instead of punishing or like even firing the person who caused it, the broadcasting company actually promoted this person who inadvertently caused the accident.
What?
They
I don't understand why. I'm so pissed off.
They forgot to change the thing. Okay. Well, the system has to be fixed.
Anyway.
K-pop. Oh, but more to happier K-pop news, actually.
Yeah,
something we talked about in the past.
Go on, guys.
Go ahead, Ruka.
So I wanted to talk about this mainly. Luna, the girl group that I have been getting into since basically the end of last year. I had gotten into them. But it was after I had gotten into them I had realized last year, 2019, they actually did a lot of stuff. This was a big year for them.
They went to KCON LA.
They did.
Yeah, and IZ*ONE went to KCON New York and KCON LA as well too, actually. Yeah, they went to US.
Yes, and it was their first US appearance in KCON LA, and this was pretty much one of the biggest things that the internet had been talking about. Like, it was more than any other artist or guest who had appeared at the event. It was all about Luna. Like, fans were even calling it LunaCon.
LunaCon. They were part of the KCON rookie section of the convention.
Uh-huh.
Part of the rookies. And they saw a lot of fans too.
More than just that, the fact that for this year, this was their first comeback. They released a repackage album of their debut mini album, the XX repackage album, which included the main single Butterfly, which this is honestly, this is one of the best K-pop songs of the last decade. It really
What
is a
best song
beautiful
this decade?
song with a beautiful message on it. Even
And
from the
what?
music video, it has this really beautiful message that can resonate with so many people.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was doing the your challenge on watching their videos, I saw the video and it's like I saw the references related to their kind of the history of the world of the group, the Luniverse. Kind of shows that, well, it appears the Luniverse kind of goes beyond where it goes to.
Mhm.
And also, they shot in various places around the world too. They shot in like Los Angeles, they shot in China, Hong Kong, and
Yeah.
still yeah,
Yeah, France. I know that they went
France.
there.
Yeah, France. They went to France,
They
Paris,
went to
Paris.
so many places.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, just the message of Butterfly is the message that we are Luna. Basically that
We
like those people, those girls that they were portraying in the video, they were all Luna in a
there's
sense.
also the song also kind of talked about like revolt as well too, like the scene when the girls in the class were kind of standing on the desk.
Uh-huh. That's kind of
Yeah,
a big thing with Luna too, is like taking charge of their destiny is kind of like a
uh-huh.
big thing in their videos and the lore of the Luniverse.
Oh, and all their videos,
Hmm.
all the ones that I watch, which
Hmm.
yeah, and I
Now,
think I kind of get the history of the group, but I mean like they still don't show like how they all got connected, but they kind of show it based because we know we have cinema theory too.
mhm.
Uh,
Let's see. Some other stuff that I have on here, I'm using a Twitter post that shows their
uh-huh.
2019 year in review. They
Uh-huh.
actually they won a couple of awards this year.
A lot, yeah.
So like they
Also, his
won
iPhone.
like female rookie of the year. They won
Uh,
best performance for one award ceremony.
mm-hmm.
The repackage album ended up taking the charts. So it was first in the charts in iTunes Worldwide and iTunes USA.
Oh,
It was
iTunes, yeah.
34 in the number ones in the iTunes album charts. It was fourth in the Billboard World charts, world
Foreign
albums.
Billboard. Oh.
Let's see what else is on here. So, the music video for Butterfly, some information on that.
Hmm.
It had the most views in a day for a Luna video, which is 2.6 million views.
3.6 million. Wow.
It's one of the most watched Luna videos overall with 30 million views.
Oh, a lot of views.
It's
Wow.
the highest and
Yes.
longest charting Luna song on real time,
Well, real time.
and it is the third K-pop girl group with most iTunes rank number one rankings.
Is that behind Twice and Blackpink?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure. But again, this
Oh.
shows that like Luna, they're still fairly new to the K-pop scene. Like the
Mm.
group has technically only been active as a full group
For
for
a
a
year.
year because
Yeah,
they
but
had
they
all
began.
been active as solo members and subunits. It's only been fairly recently that they actually became a full group and have made their debut as a full group. But this
Yeah.
shows like the impact that they have, like especially internationally, because a lot of these are worldwide and they have a very strong dedicated following worldwide. That's why their appearance at KCON was so massive, is because they have such this strong international following with them.
Kind of also shows because I know this year was also kind of like a big year for K-pop. It's like starting to go very mainstream now. Not
Hmm.
only we just have Luna and IZ*ONE and Twice and Blackpink, but you also got BTS.
Hmm. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, there
They've
were a
been popular.
couple of snags that did happen with the group, though, this year. There
Oh.
were some issues that were going on behind the scenes that
Um.
ended up causing some problems. There were some projects that ended up getting either delayed or canceled. For example, they were planning to release a ballad album, a concept album that include ballad songs, but that project ended up being canceled. And then they had
Oh.
also planned for the group to have a Japanese debut in the summer last year, but
Oh.
that ended up being delayed. They say it's still possible that it may
Oh.
happen, but at the current point in time, it is still delayed. The project is still on hold. so we don't know when that could possibly happen.
Oh,
If
possibly
that does
spring,
end up
hopefully.
if it does end up happening this year, I would be happy though.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also like the delaying of their next upcoming comeback album, Hash, which is coming out this year.
Yes.
And actually, the interesting thing too is last night, the hashtag for Luna was trending on Twitter in several different
Was?
countries in the trending rankings worldwide because someone had made an anonymous post saying that if the hashtag for Luna got a certain number of trends, that they would release a new teaser for the comeback. And so Twitter was going bananas trying to do this.
And did they release the commercial for the mini album?
They did not.
Not yet. Okay.
It's not
But
out.
eventually, maybe when we do the next episode or of the our first episode this
I mean,
year,
we'll
we'll probably
see.
know.
We'll know when we'll see. We know that they are planning for this next comeback album, and I'm very excited for this. This also includes the release of their digital single 365, which is actually going to be featured on the album itself. And this is a song that is actually dedicated to the fans, aka the Orbits.
Oh
And
yeah,
with
the
this,
orbit.
with 365, it reached #1 on iTunes USA and #1 in 21 other different countries, as well as #1 on the Billboard World Digital Songs charts. And it is
Yeah.
also the first girl group to go #1 on iTunes USA with a song and album.
Oh, so they beat twice. That's amazing. Beat
hmm
twice.
So yeah, again, this just shows that Luna is they're going to be really big, I can already tell. And it has me excited for what they could potentially do with this next comeback. I
Do you
do
think about?
plan I do plan on tomorrow I am going to be doing well, it's tomorrow the day that we're recording this is Sunday, but I am
Yes.
going to do a live stream watch party where I'm just going to just go through each of the music videos and break down my personal interpretation, my personal analysis on what I think the story of the Luniverse is. Now, it's just my interpretation of it because there's
Yeah.
no real theory or interpretation that's right or wrong unless we have confirmed information from Blockberry Creative themselves.
It's like like an in-depth analysis of my retrospective of the group too. Actually, I say
Well,
that you can see on the Racking channel.
that's just your retrospective. That's completely different from how I see them.
Yeah, it's like for you part 5 of it actually. Your
No,
theories
I
on
wouldn't
it.
consider it part 5 because like this is just my own thing. Like what you did with your retrospective is your view of the group. What I'm doing is my view of the group, and that's completely different.
Yeah, two
So
different
it's
opinions.
not a part 5 to your retrospective. It's my personal it's not even a retrospective. It's just me breaking down my personal theories on the story and how I view the story. It's just my personal interpretation of it. And I already did it really on my other social media like Twitter, but it's just something that I did kind of want to do to like maybe sort of elaborate on certain points that I went over, or maybe even like hopefully on the live stream I'll be able to discuss like other theories that might actually play some part in the story. So yeah.
It's like analysis.
Yeah,
Pure
exactly.
analysis.
It's just an analysis. It's just how I see it.
Oh,
And
it'll be a
it's
great.
different for everyone.
It'll be a great live stream. Yeah. Oh,
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, but those my favorite member, my favorite member in the group, as I said, is probably Hazel because, yeah, she looks like Juri Takahashi from Rocket Punch, and she sings great too.
She's a really good singer. I bet you don't know this, Jerison, but Hassel can actually sing opera.
She does opera? Well, that's
she has
amazing.
sang opera at a couple of events before, and it's amazing. I'll have to show you a video later of some clips of her singing opera, but it's so good.
Hey, maybe she can probably be in an opera production. That would be nice.
And yeah, I already talked about it, but my personal favorite member is Cherry.
Cherry, yeah. Very fun. An
And
enthusiastic
again,
vote.
for everyone who is watching this, I do highly recommend checking out Luna's A Butterfly because it is such a beautiful song. It has amazing choreography, and again, the message is just a really great and powerful message that it just has to be seen to
And we
get the
watch.
full experience from this. So yeah, for those of you
And
who
we
haven't checked it out yet, definitely check out Luna's Butterfly.
and you watch all the music videos, you'll probably get all the references. Oh, and also do watch the my little me doing Ruka's challenge, watching the videos in the reaction channel. Still there.
All right
Well,
then.
Steve, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still
Well,
here.
oh, we got to get you involved because we're going to our next section now.
Oh,
All right, moving
what's the
on
next
next
section?
to graduated members and
Yeah.
some former idols as well.
I hear Hinezaka 46 in the background, by the way.
I did not realize my microphone was still on.
Sorry.
Oh, it's Michael.
Hinezaka's Char and like they're in Black Sheep made song too, by the way.
All right, so moving on now to talk about some graduated members. So
Yeah.
First up, Goto Rara.
Yeah, Rara.
So she had left SK48 last year. It was sad for me personally because Rara was one of those members that I was hoping to meet if I ever got the chance to meet SK48. But some good news with her is that now that she is in college, she is actually aspiring to be an announcer and has moved to the agency Scent Force.
Oh, she's now under. She has management now. That's amazing.
And I know that she
Okay.
recently appeared on a TV show. I forget the name of it, but they were talking about like giving her advice on being an announcer. So that was really cool.
Oh, she's gonna be trained to be probably a host of a newscast. That'll be amazing.
So yeah, again, I wish the best of luck for her. This is gonna be really cool to see. And I know that she actually did an interview with, I believe it was an athlete, a golfer.
Oh, golfer. Maybe for the Olympics, Summer Olympics.
Maybe, I don't know, but that was really cool too.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see her a lot during coverage of the Summer Olympics. Possibly. Well, she's still in college.
Well, she's still
And she's-
really young though.
Yeah,
So
she's young.
again,
Yeah, I was
she's
thinking.
probably gonna like focus on her studies while aspiring for this new career.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what happened to her in Nozawa since she left. I mean, she said maybe something about she wants to do like maybe something with editing or maybe comedy, possibly. She left in February actually of last year.
Yeah.
Actually, Ren Nozawa, great member too.
I
At least
hope
we got
she's
some
doing
new.
well, too.
At least we haven't heard a lot since she left, but I mean, at least we got a lot of new members in the AKB48 and the sister group that have English speaking members too. Yeah. Okay.
All right, next up, Yamamoto Sayaka. This was the year she actually had her debut as a solo artist. Now that she has graduated from NMB, and she has had a really solid start to her solo career. She has released 3 solo singles as well as an album that came out at the end of the year during Christmas time.
I wonder how well it did actually in the Oricon charts. Oh, so if you still explain that.
But yeah, like all of her songs that she has released have done really well, and I know that she has made a couple of different appearances on several music shows. So it's great to see that she is having a really good start to her solo career.
Yeah, like the song she made. I mean, has a lot of soul in there.
Another member who has also been doing well since graduation, Imaizumi Yui, former Kiyakizaka 46 member, focused primarily on her acting now.
Oh, her acting. Yep.
She's done a couple of stage plays already. There was the Atami Satsujin Jiken, where she was the main heroine.
Oh yeah.
That I saw that.
Obviously.
It was really good. Michael saw it too as well.
Oh, what do you think of the play?
I mean, it was a comedy.
Yeah, the play
Comedy,
itself was a comedy, so there were some really funny moments in it, but Zoomin had a really heavily emotional scene. Which
It was towards the end of the play, I think.
yeah, it was towards the end of the play, and it was so good.
Oh no.
Speaking of stage plays, she is gonna be one in March.
Yes, that's right.
Azumi Sengokuhen, I think the title is. That's
Uh-huh.
her title.
Oh, about Sayakiyama, but Piers, the album was ranked 5th in the charts.
Oh.
It was even. I'm not sure how many copies it sold, but I mean, like, but it was beaten by that the band that is now produced by Yasushi Akamoto, maybe the We Do. Yeah, they got sold like 3,549. What are your thoughts on the album being ranked 5th?
Well, I'd say that's a good job. I'd say that's a really good rank.
Wait, less than 3,000 copies.
Hmm.
Should we be worried about that?
No, I'd say we shouldn't be worried about that.
I was thinking she was gonna sell maybe like 4,000 copies.
I mean, hey, what can you do, you know? I mean, hey, it's
Ah.
still a really good album, all in all.
Yeah, great songs too. Yeah, probably gonna get that album probably.
Let's see.
But back
And
to
then also,
Yi Maizumi.
yeah, back to Imaizumi Yui. She also starred in a couple of dramas recently.
Yeah, Million Joe.
Million
Yeah.
Joe and Hideaki Kinaren. I need to finish both of them.
Yeah.
So far, they're really good.
Hmm.
Yeah, like the group that made the theme song of Million Joe is supposedly Kiss My Foot Too. And in that theme song, they did the thing with the card and the Joker. Is that something related to the show?
I don't know, but to be fair, I think one of the members is actually the main character in Million Joe, so it makes sense.
Oh, Kiss My Foot Too.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hmm.
Was there a card in the show? Like something with the Joker card?
Not that I've seen so far, no. I've not been
No.
keeping up with Million Joe as much as Hideaki Kinaren now, but
Oh, and the other show. What are your thoughts on that show?
it's so good.
That-
It's even
Good?
only a small part in comparison, but like
Oh yeah. What's well Purdue?
the story is so good. I want to read the manga too. That's based
Oh, the comic. Oh, that's good.
on.
And then there's also the movie that she was in. I believe that's being released later this year. Korogaru Bidama.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty exciting too to see her in that. So yeah, all in all, it's been a solid year for a lot of the graduated members who have started out with solo careers. And also for a lot of former members, we have had a lot of marriages and a lot of pregnancy announcements.
On the same year, yeah.
It has been so exciting, especially because a lot of these members are legendary members.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we had
Miracle got married.
Achan, we had Mariko, we had Takamina,
Yeah.
we had Kawaii Rina.
Kawaii.
Kawaii. And Mita and Misa Eto.
Oh yeah, Eto Misa, she got married.
Yeah, too. Yeah. But with most of their husbands, they don't show their faces.
Yeah. Probably most of them aren't celebrities.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, like just the fact that we got like so many weddings, especially from like just these big legendary members, is like it's kind of exciting. It feels kind of surreal too, because it's like you remember these girls like when they were still idols, when they were performing, and now we're seeing them becoming wives and mothers and starting families, and it's like it's so strange to see, but I'm so happy for all of them.
Yep.
Hey, maybe their children could be possibly in the group probably in the future.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
No,
like for
AKB's not gonna be on that long. I'm sorry.
Or the 46 groups. Or the Rito Sashihara groups.
Let's see. Also, she's not a former 48 group member, but a former Hello Project idol, but we can still talk about her. Suzuki Airi.
Yeah, Airi.
This has been a good year for her as well, since she has gone solo.
She released a new another new XR album, which includes the hit single "Break It Down," which is produced by Official Hickey Dandism. It sounds like an Official Hickey Dandism song. Great too, actually. By the way, too.
Mhm.
I would imagine if official Higgy Dandisms made the song, they would sound like an official Higgy Dandism song.
Hmm. And then there was the
Sounds great
single
too.
Escape as well, which was released this year.
Oh
The
yeah.
songs Escape and Identity were both really good. I
Hmm?
personally really enjoyed both of them.
Oh, good songs. Oh.
Hmm. So yeah, again, since her solo debut in 2018, Suzuki Ai has just been like really solid with her solo career.
Yeah, we even saw her on Unicon too when STU was on the show too, and one of the members in Juretsu played her husband in the opening performance. Was
So
that?
yeah, that is really cool to see.
Oh.
All right, moving on next to a few more major topics. We'll first talk about all of the graduations that have happened throughout the
Yeah,
AKB48 and Sakamichi groups.
a lot. If we went through that entire, it would look like an in memoriam list. If we went, it's like Rino Sashihara, Nagahama,
Okay,
Nanase Nishi.
so
Oh, sorry.
I think because there were so many that have happened, we should talk about some of the ones that left some of the biggest impact on not just the group but also on us as like fans.
I have
Yeah.
two
Some of them are
already.
personal for me. Yeah, some of them.
I have two two big ones. Me and
Uh-huh.
Cassie. So then
Oh,
I
sorry.
can start off first.
Yeah,
but
Michael.
I don't want to. Start
Oh,
crying.
sure. Oh, yes.
Well, is it okay if I start then?
Yeah.
Well,
So
good.
first off, we talked about it a little bit earlier. SKE48 had some pretty devastating graduation announcements. Four
Rara.
in particular that we can talk about here. Rara, yes, Goto Rara, we already talked about.
I know
Kitagawa Ryoha, former Team
Yeah.
S leader. Obata
Surprisingly,
Yuna, who
yeah.
was
Surprised.
one of the next up and coming ACE members. Again, really young when she graduated, and just recently, very recently during the midnight stage that he did, Takayanagi Akane.
Oh,
Yeah, that was big.
Kokoro quite hard.
Mhm.
And that led to Miki leaving the group as well after that. Miki, bird daughter.
Oh, bird daughter, no.
Yeah, bird
No,
daughter.
her daughter
No,
graduated
my
before Big Mom
SK8
announced.
gen.
They're in
Oh.
their peak.
Mm.
And also with Roja, surprisingly, she liked the comment that I liked in one of her posts on Instagram. Surprisingly, after she left, and with her glow up, Roja's glow up. Yeah.
So yeah, Ryoha, I am happy that she is doing well, continuing her career in modeling. So it's
Yeah.
good to see that
Ooh,
she
I
is
didn't
doing well.
even
And
know.
again, Rara, we talked about now is not only focusing on her studies, but is aspiring to be an announcer.
Mhm.
Obata Yuna made me personally really sad because she was one of those members who I personally felt she was going to be one of the next big names in the group, but she graduated so suddenly. It was like I couldn't even have enough time to process it.
Like, we all thought she was the next face of the group, but nope. She said she did everything she liked to do, and she left the group after that.
Hmm. But as of now, she is focused on doing her own personal YouTube channel where we see a lot of her, well, her enjoying her hobbies like being an otaku because she likes anime, doing
Oh,
stuff
it talks about
related to
anime.
that.
Oh,
But then also she's still doing stuff on her own. She's doing like collaborations with fashion brands. She's making her own handmade jewelry. And she did, I know that earlier, sometime this past year, 2019, she had a fan event, like a meet and
yeah.
greet with her fans.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, it's good to see that she is doing well. And then Takayanagi Akane, of course, Churi,
Uh.
being such a prominent member within SKE48. This was definitely a shock to a lot of fans. I know it was for Jerison. Or, no, for
No, it was
Michael.
Michael. No, that's another member. That'll be later.
Oh,
Another
my
member.
long-time Washman in SK.
But at least we have 4 more. She'll be in the group for 4 more months. 3 more months at least.
Mm,
At least, yeah.
that's right.
Graduation concerts soon.
That's right.
Oh, that will be a big one. We'll watch it.
Wait, when's the graduation concert?
March
15th of March.
in Yokohama Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait. Oh, it's gonna be in Tokyo.
Yeah.
No, Yokohama. Yokohama.
I mean, close to Tokyo. Close enough.
Kanagawa.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
You could go
Let's see.
possibly.
Up next, HKT48, Sashihara Rino graduated
Oh,
in
that-
Yeah.
2019.
Her graduation concert, which I actually watched part. It was actually I could say it's like possibly like you could say maybe more sadder than Asuka Maeda's graduation concert.
No,
No, not
no.
even close. No,
Not as
not even.
sad. Why?
No, not even
It was
close.
sad, but it's not as sad as Achan.
Well, there were a few moments, like when Reno and Nako were like singing Nogisaka 46's like Your Name is Hope, and also when she also sang what Can You See the Sunset, and Sakura came in.
Well, I mean, that was nice that Sakura and Nako did send like video messages to her, and like the way that they send off Sashi was really nice. But
Yeah.
it's not nearly on the emotional level that Achan was at. You gotta
Also,
remember,
like,
this is Maeda Atsuko we're talking about.
oh, so that was more sadder than the Reno Sashihara
Yeah,
concert.
by far.
I mean, like, but they also sang her actual graduation song on the recent single, HAT40's recent single, Ishi, Always by Your Side, which I'm not sure, that might be as sad as Asuka Maeda's graduation song?
Well, I mean, Sashi, it was definitely emotional for all of the members because Sashi was always like the big sister slash leader figure. Because for HKT, a lot of them, when they debuted, they were still really young, really new to the
Yeah.
idol world. And Sashi was the big senpai. She was the one who had to lead these girls and be sort of like a mother to them.
Yeah, she was a
So,
mother
of
to
course, a
them,
lot of
too.
them would get super emotional when she finally graduated because this was their leader figure, their motherly figure was taking her leave on the group.
And she also made the biggest song of the group, Kasuru Fortune Cookie.
Hmm.
But then that followed by like a tribute concert they did, which that was actually one of the things we talked about in the first episode I was actually in. And then like in the end of it, like I mean, like say somehow she puts the microphone in the drawer, which kind of is a thing that they still get with the Yubi Rangers. But I'm thinking at some point she's gonna open that drawer and probably sing Corsair Fortune Cookie again. I'm thinking somewhere in the future.
But also involving HKT again, there was another graduation that, while it was pretty emotional, I'm still ultimately happy for this member where she is now. Kodama Haruka.
Oh yeah, who came back and then left.
Hmm.
No, she didn't
It
even come
was,
back. She just left.
Yeah, he
well,
left.
yeah.
Like kind of come
It
back
was
and left. Yeah.
definitely sad for her to announce graduation, but I'd say this was ultimately for the better
Mm-hmm.
because this was really the best choice for her in order to improve on her health, both mentally and physically, I would say. Because
She
we can
looks
see now,
great.
because she is so active on Instagram now, more than she's ever been. She's so much healthier now and clearly so much happier.
She was such a brain too.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that I'm actually really happy about. It was definitely sad for her to leave HKT, especially being after on such a long hiatus, but I'd say that is ultimately the best choice that she should have made.
1.5 year hiatus.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next up, a couple of announcements from AKB48. So the most recent, Minagishi Minami,
That was a big one for me. Yeah, that's the big
hmm
one.
the
But I know
last
she's
of
gonna
the
do.
first gens, the final
Yeah.
pioneer member of AKB48, finally
I was thinking.
leaving.
I was thinking she was gonna be in the group a bit longer since Yukarin was gonna be in the group till she says 30. But nope, she's leaving the group.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's a very fun member as well too. And surprisingly, well, it's about some, but I might have engaged with her actually recently, which I will probably talk later in a later section.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with Mi-chan, it's kind of, it feels weird we had talked about it already because like with her making this announcement, it feels like, well, it's finally happening. Like it's not really sad per se. It just feels more
Yeah.
like it's something that like we were expecting to happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say it's definitely this is the true mark of the end of an era for AKB, for
The
her
actual end
being
of the
the
golden
final pioneer
era.
member. I feel like they're gonna
Yeah.
plan like some really big send off for her. Like I could see them like gathering up the first
Oh,
gen members
yeah.
for having like a special reunion concert or something like that.
Possibly at Tokyo Dome. Hopefully,
Hmm.
it would make sense if it were Tokyo Dome. Then a lot of
Well, I
members
don't
could
know. I
finally.
don't know about Tokyo Dome.
They're not going back to Tokyo Dome.
No.
No.
Like it would probably be something that they would restrict to just the AKB theater.
They'll do that too, but they have to do a big one because she's the last original member of the group, so they have to do something big.
Hmm. But I don't know if it's
Well,
Tokyo Dome big.
No,
Nope.
maybe
Well,
like
Nope.
Arena. But
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
I agree with that, Michael.
Yokohama Arena. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, even though she went through like the controversy, she still did very well, actually.
Hmm. Yeah,
And I'm thinking
again,
that
Mi-chan's career has been one with many ups and downs. She has had a very long career and has experienced a lot in her time and has really grown, not just as a performer, but as a person.
and I'm
So
thinking
it's
the
going to
groups.
be great to see where she's going to go on from here.
I mean, we'll probably. I'm thinking that the group's next hit single will probably be an all AKB48 single with her being the lead, Minami being the lead member. I'm thinking that's going to probably happen. Hopefully this year. All AKB single.
I mean, who
Probably
knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
We don't know how likely that may be, but we'll see.
We'll find out.
Some other graduations that happened were that hit us were Takahashi Judy. Again, she graduated and went on to Rocket Punch, the K-pop group. Kojima Mako, now going solo, she has also started a YouTube channel as well as her own fashion brand, Haruhiro.
Oh yeah, Yio's like Oceanman. I wonder what Yio. Where's Yio? I wonder from 42. I wonder what he's been doing the past year. You know Yio from 40 Talk?
Yeah.
I know him, yes, but I don't know.
I wonder what he's been doing since. I know he was very upset when Nako announced. Yeah.
Also, Takeuchi Miyu.
Oh, me.
She's also gone solo in the Korean side as well.
Yeah, but at least came back for the 9th anniversary concert, at least.
Oh yeah, the 9th gen anniversary concert.
That was a
really
great
cool.
concert. Great concert too.
All right, moving on now to the Sakamichi side. Again, some big announcements that happened. Nishino Nanase actually graduated in 2000. Well, she announced it in late 2018, but she graduated early 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I think it was
concert
March.
No, February.
February?
It was February. I mean, it was a great concert. Not as sad as Rino Sashihara's graduation, but I mean, at least there were a lot of great moments in that concert, like when they somehow did their version of Aitakata. It's like, wait, isn't that an AKB song? But that's their version of it. And they bring in Doya.
Yeah, her mascot.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that was
one
of the big graduations that hit me the most.
Why?
Because Nanase was my third favorite member in Nogi.
Was it? Oh.
So.
They didn't even did it in your hometown of Osaka. At Osaka.
Osaka Joe maybe?
Osaka Joe, I think. And then also, like, they also, what was, and 4th Gen performed too.
And then another big graduation from Nogi was their captain, Sakurai Reika.
Reika looked like Yuko Oshima.
I didn't expect her graduation to hit me as hard as it did, but her graduation song, Tokidoki Watashi o Omoidashite Kudasai, I cried during the music video, and I didn't expect to cry as much as it did.
That was a great video. And remember that section where she opens the door and like Jimmy from the Soul Podcast said that it looked similar to something in the film Contact? Remember that? Where she opens the door and have the mirror?
Nope.
And then she goes inside the room and you see Rika in there too.
No, yeah, I see. I remember that scene. I didn't get the reference, but I remember that scene.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
She looked like Yuko Oshima. by the way.
Well, she's really pretty. She was really pretty throughout the whole video.
Yeah, and she raised a photo book after she left the group. Photo book.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, in Philly and Portland.
Portland,
yeah.
Oregon.
Next up from Keakizaka, Nagahama Neru.
That was a big one. She had a graduation event.
In Keakizaka 46.
She could have moved to Hinatazaka. But I mean, no, she's leaving.
No, she was fully moved to Kanji.
Yeah.
After the 5th single.
Yeah, she could have. But was she the? I have a question about that. But was the song like she was in bathroom travel? Sounds like.
I don't know. Stop singing.
Okay. She made that song? Oh, no, okay.
Although it is kind of unfortunate that her graduation song, Hideshita Mirai, I didn't really like it. I feel like they could have done better.
I haven't heard it yet, actually. Do you think they're going to sell their next single?
No. Well,
No?
the song that she performed specifically for her graduation event was better than the song we had in
Oh!
From what I
I
heard.
mean, Yoshiyuki Akamoto wrote it.
And then also another really sad announcement, this time from Hinatazaka, Kakizaki Memi.
This one.
Yeah, because it's stalkers.
Yeah, depending on the second.
That's just really sad.
That's why don't stalk members or you'll cause that member to leave. Yeah, just don't stalk members. Same thing happened with Maho and too. Just don't stalk members.
I said I'll just pour it out into the sink.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, just so many graduations that happened, a lot of them leaving quite an impact on a lot of the fans, so yeah.
I mean, I know that it's, like another person that left the group that was very personal for me was probably Moe Goto, because I was thinking she had potential.
Goto Moe.
And then she was also the best dancer on Produce, but then like when she announced she left, because it was very personal because like I actually talked to her various times in showroom, and even surprised she knows me, and also her mom surprisingly knows me too, and she still knows me after like when I saw her on showroom a few times. Even after she left, she has a successful solo career after that because she won 2 showroom competitions. She won that one where she had to get on a video show on Tokyo FM. And she also won another showroom competition after that, where she actually gets to do an original song that probably used at TikTok.
Yeah, a lot of Team 8 graduations, I realized, like Nakano Ikumi, Yamada Nanami, Otanao. There were a lot of Team 8 graduations that happened, which were pretty sad.
Oh yeah, Karina Cho.
Chokurena, yeah.
Yeah, she left too. Nanami Saito, yeah. And another member that I announced that was personal too for me, although this involves like the group that shall be named, but Fuka Murakumo. I mean, she was also very personal because I talked to her a few times too, and she also got me like hyped for the Pumps USA. But she was also a very friendly member too, and I know she was not involved in the manga groups, but she's decided not to be still in entertainment industry. Fuka. She was also a favorite member too in the group too around that time.
All right, then moving on next, we're gonna move on.
Wait 1 second, Ruka.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
I have a graduation that's not even part of the 48, 46 groups that I will talk about.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
The one that hit me the absolute most.
What was that?
My former Kamiyoshi. My former Kamiyoshi that graduated in such a terrible way.
Oh, suddenly.
So, when I got to Japan, there was this one group that I would watch and see often called Holmes Chick, and I got to really like one of the members, Tamasaki Rei, within the my first couple weeks I was here in Japan. I eventually made her my Kamiyoshi. And then literally the day after I told her that, she kind of suddenly just graduated. after the live, she was there. She wasn't at Bupon, which is like the sales of the goods. And I was thinking, oh, maybe she's sick. Maybe she has something important to do. And then here, I look on Twitter, and the manager was like, yeah, we don't know what happened. She deleted her Twitter. We don't know what's going on. So she just left the group. And
do we know what happened?
Nope.
What happened after? No.
Nobody knows what happened.
Nope.
And yeah, that hit me very hard.
Yeah.
Because it's different when you actually are able to interact with your favorite idol often. It's different than with, like, I know this is weird, but the 48, 46 groups, obviously I never met any of them. But it hits home once you actually start to get to know idols. And I got really sad, and then here comes my now Kamiyoshi, filling that void and really helped me through a terrible time. I was almost thinking of giving up on Idol because of that.
Well, at least your new Kamiyoshi is doing very well as well, actually. We see your tweets about that. Take a lot of pictures with her. Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry for that interruption.
No. It's okay. It's okay. It's good.
We can do any group. We cover a lot of groups. Yeah.
All right, so next we are going to move on from the news and actually talk about now our favorite singles, the title tracks mainly, that have been released the past year in 2019.